Hello, everybody, and welcome to a game called There Was a Stranger at the Door. This is a visual novel horror game, I believe, and I am ready to start it. So let's start it. There was a stranger at the door, and immediately we start off with the title. Amazing. I was up in my room scrolling through my feed when the doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. My parents were out for their anniversary. My parents always texted me before dropping by. It was late, too late for anyone to be visiting. I don't know why I'm reading like this, by the way. Who could it be? Probably a mistake, like me, or my mind went somewhere dark. Perhaps it was a stranger. No. This was a safe neighborhood. I was only being paranoid. The doorbell rang again. Go check my report. Pretend I'm not home. I pulled my covers over my head. They'll get tired eventually and leave. Unless they broke down the door. No. That would be the paranoia talking. Whoever it was would just leave and find some other house. Right? I waited in silence, trying my best to hear what was happening on my porch. Strangely enough, I heard nothing. No wind, no leaves rustling, no cars passing in the distance. There was no movement anywhere. It was like the entire night was holding its breath, waiting. The doorbell rang again and my head started racing. Would they leave? I just had to stay still and wait. They would leave. The doorbell didn't ring again. I waited in the darkness, unable to tell how much time had passed. I thought about pulling the covers down when I heard it, tapping against my window. A chill crept off my spine, and so did that break in context. There was something there, and it was looking at me. I could feel it even through the covers. I didn't look. I prayed to every god and deity I'd ever known and waited. Time stretched. I had no idea how long I stayed there, unmoving. It could have been minutes. It could have been hours. Eventually the tapping stopped and I felt lighter, like whatever it was had left. I didn't take the covers off until morning. I fell asleep a little after the sun came up and woke up to the sound of sirens. I wonder if that had anything to do with the stranger ringing my doorbell last night, or the tapping. Soon enough, I learned the reason behind the sirens. My neighbor Betty was dead. Her parents found her in the living room with a smile on her face and 2 little marks on her neck. And I hated myself for feeling thankful that it hadn't been me. Wow, that was quick. That was a quick horror story. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the... I'm joking. Let's go. We're gonna actually answer the door. Don't worry. I'm not that quick to quit. Go check the door. I put my phone in my pocket and got up to answer the door. I looked through the peephole. There was a guy outside with raven black hair and pale skin. Ask who it is, go back to my room, and pray he didn't notice me. Obviously, I skipped away slowly. Stepped, not skipped. And made my way upstairs, glued to the wall, hoping he could not see my shadow from under the door. I got in my room and hid under my covers, pulling them over my head. He'd get tired eventually and leave, unless he broke down the door. No, that would be paranoia talking. Is this the same thing? I waited in silence, trying best to hear what was happening on my porch. Strangely enough, I heard nothing. I wonder if it had anything to do with the stranger ringing my doorbell last night, or the tapping. Soon enough, I learned the reason behind the sirens. Betty. Oh, Betty, Betty, Betty. Okay. Thank you guys. So I'm joking. Oh my god. Load game. No, return. Start game. Okay, okay, okay. I'll get the door this time. I won't piss off. Go check the door. There's a guy outside. Who is this? Who is it? The guy turned his head and stared at the people. He smiled. Hi, my name is Aiden. My family had just moved here. My car broke down and my phone is dead. Could I borrow yours to call them? I promise it won't take too long. Tell him to ask someone else. Maybe he was telling the truth, but I couldn't risk it. Sorry, I can't help you. You should try another house. Please, it will only take a minute. Sorry, good luck with your car. Wait. I went back to my room. I admit, I felt a tad guilty for leaving him like that, but I didn't regret it. Part of me was still scared. I slid under my covers. Oh no. I tried forgetting about him and falling asleep. I closed my eyes and calmed my fast-beating heart. I was almost drifting off when I heard it tapping against my window. A chill crept up my spine. There was something out there. I didn't look. I wonder if this changes anything. Eventually the tapping stopped. He didn't break in my window. Yay. I wonder why we can't testify in court that there was some random guy on my doorstep. And I can't change it. Like, I can't change how it happens. Like, there's some random guy, I fall asleep, and then I don't testify? I don't even tell the police? Like, come on. Come on. You can change you can have the witness report ending. You can have the information ending. I don't know. Just, you can change the ending a bit. Is all I'm saying. For different things. Like, the first ending for when you don't even go to the door was fine. It was completely fine, because we didn't know anything, but we knew what he looked like. We knew what he sounded like. The third time I played this, we didn't even go to the police. Like, we didn't say, yo, there was this guy at my door, this is what he looked like, this is what he sounded like, this is what he wanted, yada yada. Like, we're just glad that we didn't die this time. As always. Alright, I'm gonna get more involved, I promise. I'm gonna try not to get the bedhead ending. Who is it? Open the door. Fine. Just a moment. I opened the door and handed him the phone. Thank you. He dialed a number and smiled at me while we waited. Someone picked up on the other end. Hey sister, glad you picked up. It's dead. I know you told me to charge it. You don't have to rub it in my face. I know. My car broke down. Yeah, so can you come pick me up? We can call a tow truck in the morning. The address? Hold on. Can you tell me the address here? 425 Oak Street. Thanks. 425 Oak Street. Yes, inside the gates. I know, I got lost. I think so. Don't worry, everything will be alright, just come pick me up. Okay, I'll be waiting. He handed me the phone. Thank you. No problem. Would it be too much to ask if I wait inside? Now that would be crossing a line. I opened the door against my paranoia to help him. He was helped end the conversation. I was not letting a stranger in. Please. It's cold and my sister will probably take a bit to get here. You have a jacket on. You're good. I wanted to tell him no and close the door. I wanted to, but there was something in the way he was looking at me that made me think it was okay. The more I looked into his eyes, the more convinced I became that letting him wait inside was the right thing to do. It was a dark and cold, stormy night, and the wind was pounding against my door, and so was this random guy, just knocking. Thank you for coming. Please take a seat in my house, and never come back. She would take a while. And he seemed nice. He had been polite this whole time. Surely there would be no problem with him inviting him. You know who's also polite? Serial killers are polite to their victims before they kill them. Sometimes. It depends on who you ask. But if you ask someone like Ted Bundy, I bet he was very polite to lure all those women, you know? He tricked them. Everybody got tricked. Sure, I'll let him in. If I don't let him in, then I'll probably go back to bed, and nothing will happen. I'll get the same ending. And so I let him in against my will, so I don't get the same ass ending. He smiled to me as we made our way into the living room. There was something alluring about him. I could not stop staring. It was like everything else had vanished until there was just two of us. He's a vampire. I just let a vampire into my house. There was some conversation going on between us, but I couldn't really focus on it. I answered everything he asked, as if I were in a trance. Then he leaned in, and I let him. I wanted him, but he didn't reach for my lips. Instead, he made his way to my neck, and I felt a small pain, almost like a sting, and something else, a lightness, a numbness. It was inebriating. It was almost disappointing when he pulled away. His red lips were the last thing I saw. I knew it was a vampire. I knew it was a vampire. Oh! It was a vampire! It really was a vampire! I just let a vampire into my house. Damn it! Start game. Let's see what happens if I don't let him into the house. Can I just, wait out there with him? That's why he wasn't breaking into the window. Go check on the door. Ask who is it. Open the door. Aiden, you vampire asshole. I don't like you. You killed me. You're welcome. Nope, it is too much to ask. It is too much to ask. What if I let him in after I said you're welcome? Will it change anything? Let's find out. No, it doesn't change. What's the difference between no problem and you're welcome? What's the difference? What is the difference? I don't get it. Alright, time to go again. Let's start the game. I'm not gonna let him in my house. Are you kidding me? This is a vampire freaker we're dealing with. Go check the door. Ask who it is. Open the door. Or let him in? No, we're not gonna let him in. He can stay outside in the cold with his jacket on. He has a jacket. That should have been my first tip. No problem, but you can't come in. You can't come in, man. You can't come in. Nope. No, don't let him in. Are you kidding me? I hesitated. His face changed. I could only catch a glimpse of it, but it was enough to make my stomach turn. I didn't see that change. Whatever caused the change in the atmosphere was gone as fast as it came. I wondered if I had imagined it, but a sense of wariness was still in my mind. I'm sorry, I can't let you inside. Good luck. And then he leaves. I closed the door, locked it, and ran to my bedroom. I survived the night. I lied down and pulled my covers over my head. Perhaps I was trying to hide from him, perhaps from my guilt. I wouldn't want to be left outside in the dark and in the cold, but this was a safe neighborhood. At least it was supposed to be. I tried forgetting about him and falling asleep. I closed my eyes and calmed my fast-beating heart by closing my eyes and calming it. I was almost drifting off when I heard it tapping against my window. A chill crept up my spine. There was something there, and it was looking at me. I could feel it, even through the covers. I didn't look. I prayed to every god and deity I'd ever known and waited. Time stretched. I had no idea how long I had stayed there unmoving. It could have been minutes. It could have been hours. Eventually, the tapping stopped, and I felt lighter, like whatever it was had left. I didn't take the covers off until morning. Alright, you guys. You're welcome is everything. Let's start the game again. I need to say you're welcome, you guys. It's like very important or something. No problem and you're welcome. Two different things. You gotta say both of them. You gotta say both of them. What is going on with my computer? Why is it going so slow? What the hell? Hold on. You know what? You know what? You're welcome. Because, apparently that's a bad thing to say nowadays. Would it be too much to ask to wait inside? That was crossing the line. End the conversation. I'm not letting the stranger in. Please, it's cold, Miss... all I hear is whining. Whining, Mr. Complaining. Complaining, whiny boy. No, thank you. I have been polite this whole time. Surely this would be no problem inviting us in. I don't think so. I hesitated. His face changed. I could see it. I'm sorry. I can't let you inside. Good luck. I tried to close the door, but he put his foot to stop it. This is where the real game starts, people. He smirked. Oh, but you already invited me in. Don't you remember? Dun dun dun. I tried to hold the door, but the stranger but he was stronger. I pushed it and begged it to close, but it wouldn't budge. He grabbed the side of the door and yanked it open. I stumbled backwards. I had to get away. I walked in slowly. A chill came up my spine, lifting the hairs on my arms. I had to run. I needed to run. Even if he caught up to me, I had to try. Maybe I could slow him down. There had to be a way to survive. A desperate idea. Oh, a desperate idea. I didn't read it. A desperate idea came to mind. Drop things, slow him down. I sprinted towards the kitchen, dropping things behind me, a lamp, a chair, whatever I could. Finally, I reached the kitchen and locked the door behind me. He's a vampire. He'll run faster. My breathing was heavy, but I had no time to calm myself. I wasn't safe yet. I heard clapping on the other side of the door. I'll give you an A for effort. He was enjoying this? I got the feeling that he could have stopped me if he wanted to, but he didn't. The sadistic bastard. The door handle turned, but the door didn't open. Very well. A plus for effort. Would the door be able to hold him back? I wasn't going to count on it. I had to leave. Luckily, there was a back door on the kitchen, which led outside. I opened it and was ready to run, and when a thought came to mind. What if he caught me? Grab a knife. I opened the drawer, but the knife wasn't there. Why wasn't the knife there? I looked around and spotted it on the sink. I ran towards it. The kitchen door burst open. I grabbed the knife and turned to leave, but he was already blocking the way out. He smiled sinisterly. My heart was beating so loud I could feel it in my ears. I was concerned. I strengthened my grip on the knife. If I was going down, I was going down swinging. I charged at him, hoping to hurt him enough to get away, but he held my arm and twisted it, making me drop the knife. He pulled me close, wrapping an arm around me and using the other one to cover my mouth. I struggled to get away, but he was stronger. It was like trying to fight a metal structure. Honestly, I'm disappointed. His breath tickled my neck, sending shivers down my spine. After all of that show, I thought you had been more of a challenge. Guess I was wrong. I felt him shrugging behind me. Well, whatever. There's always next time. There was a sharp pain in my neck, and everything went black. Always next time? Next time? Wait, is that a low-key third wall jump, breaking the fourth wall or whatever it's called? Hold on a second. Next time. Yeah, there is a next time. Go check on the door. Apparently saying you're welcome pisses off vampires. Oh wait, I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong. Drop things to slow them down. Alright, just run. I got out, locked the back door behind me and ran. I ran until my legs hurt and my lungs burned, and I kept running. I couldn't feel my feet anymore. I was going towards a house, any house, when I bumped into someone. I thought it was over. He'd caught me, but I looked up and saw a girl with raven black hair, a pale skin. She looked worried. What happened? Are you okay? I was relieved, but I wasn't safe. Not yet. He was still somewhere in the dark, looking for me. Don't fucking do that to me right now. We need to leave, to get somewhere safe. Now that I had finally stopped, I remembered the phone in my pocket. I could call the police. I picked it up and was about to dial when I heard his voice. There you are. I see you met my sister. Lovely, isn't she? Sister? Was she in on this? When I looked at her, she was staring at him. I couldn't tell what she was thinking. I started dialing, but he stopped me before I could make the call. Your fighting was cute, but now it's just annoying. He held both my arms. I tried kicking him, but he didn't seem to feel anything. Was I that weak? I thought about giving up. There was no way I could beat this monster, so why bother? My body didn't seem like it would be able to keep me for much longer, but I kept fighting. I wasn't going to make it this easier. He looked annoyed as he pulled me closer to him. I kept struggling. Kane, stop. He turned to look at her, while still holding me tightly. For some reason, her words made me stop, too. Is this too dark for your sister? Do you feel sorry for the... Is this too dark for your sister? Do you feel sorry for the poor girl? She remained expressionless. It's our first day here. We can't call attention like that. Oh, come on, it's just one girl and I'm hungry. We wouldn't have to move so much if you didn't kill or kidnap someone whenever you felt hungry. What? And what do you suggest we do? Erase her memories and put her back in bed? And what about my hunger? I suppose blood bags won't suffice. No, they won't. I need it fresh. Then go hunt somewhere else. Somewhere not so close to our new home. And be discreet. Don't go letting them run around in the dark. You're lucky she bumped into me and not someone else. Oh, sister, you underestimate me. I knew exactly where she was and who she was going to bump into. Right, it's all just a game to you. You know me too well, Mabel dear. But since you made a valid point, I'll let you deal with this one and find myself a new prey. Bye-bye. He released me and disappeared into the night. I dropped to my knees. I wanted to run, but my body was too weak. I couldn't even stand on my own. That was his sick tactic, to hunt me until I couldn't run anymore. She approached me. I'm sorry. Truly, I wish I could control him, but I can't. This was the best I could do. But don't worry, you won't remember any of this tomorrow. She elongated her last words, like it was some sort of spell. Oh, her eyes are turning red. You're tired. You should sleep. Soon, there was only darkness. I woke up in my bed feeling sore. My body felt heavy, like I'd overworked myself. It was weird. I didn't remember any physical activity lately. When I got up, I noticed some bruises on my legs and feet. What the hell had happened last night? How was I able to injure myself like that? Was I sleepwalking? That had never happened before. I told my parents once they came home, but they didn't think much of it. They just told me that it was probably nothing, but that I should lock my bedroom before sleeping just to be sure, and tell them if anything similar happened again. I, however, was not content with that explanation. It felt wrong for some reason, but what else could it have been? Every night I felt uneasy. Weirdly enough, I wasn't afraid to fall asleep. It was just this awful feeling, like there was something outside in the shadows watching me, waiting, and one night it would finally come for me. And that's it. There's obviously other endings, but that's the best ending we can get, you know? If we don't, what happens if we don't do the thing where we throw things down to stop him or something? I don't know. We can look at that, I guess. Just run. It would be faster to just run. I sprinted towards the kitchen, but he grabbed me by my arm and I tried to pull away, but he was stronger. I tried to kick him, to punch him, but nothing worked. I couldn't beat him, but maybe I could still be helped. If I screamed, surely someone would hear me. His other hand covered my mouth before I could even open it. Now, don't go ruining this. If more people come here, I might have to do something that I won't like. I struggled in his grip. I used my free hand to try to push him away, to try and remove his hand from my mouth, but none of it worked. I scratched his hands and his arms, but nothing seemed to bother him. He held me tightly and bit my neck. I kept hitting him until my vision became blurry. I didn't have the strength to fight anymore. Ah, yes. Glad I got to read that. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. This was an interesting game. I was surprised when it turned out to be a vampire game. Ooh, vampire. Yada yada yada. Okay? I rather enjoyed it. I can't really say anything to make this game better than what it was. I had options. There were different endings, although there could have been endings where I went to the police and told them about the face in my window and Betty would have had justice or something. But no. We decided to not do this today. Anyway, glad the vampire chose me to be his meal, but no thank you, and I'll see you guys later in the next video.